विन्ध्यस्थां विन्ध्यनिलयां विन्ध्यपर्वतनिवासिनीं योगिनीं योगजननीं चण्डिकां प्रणमाम्याम्. Hello and welcome to this extremely special episode of Vindyavasini Rahasya, where we will be discussing about a very special Swarup of Ma Adi Shakti, Jagadjanani, Jagadamba, Paramba, Parashakti, Paralakshmi Swarup of Ma Vindyavasini. Ma Vindyavasini, who resides on the sacred Vindhya Parvat, which is discussed in many of our Shastras, including Markandeya Puran, Devi Bhagavad and Devi Mahapuran, which is the abode of all the Dashamahavidyas, where the Trishakti Swarup of Mahadi Shakti, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, Mahasaraswati reside for the Kalyan, for the welfare of all the devotees. Today in this very special video, we will be touching upon the aspects such as the Pradurbhav of Ma Vindyavasini. Who is Ma Vindyavasini? How did the Prakatya of Ma Vindyavasini took place? We will be touching upon the significance of Vindhya Parvat. Why is this mountain so sacred for all the Shakta Bhaktas? And also we will be learning about sadhana and upasana vidhi of Ma Vindyavasini from a very beginner perspective. Anybody who is looking to start his worship of Ma Vindyavasini or Ma Devi in general, why he should start with Ma Vindyavasini and what are the special benefits that a devotee is bestowed with when he starts with the sadhana and upasana of Ma Vindyavasini. Stick till the end of this video. This is going to be highly informative and can be life-changing for you. When we refer to our Shastras, there are many kathas that are explained as per the Pradurbhav or Prakatya of Ma Vindyavasini. A very famous katha where you go into the hearts and sacred, Vindhyachal Parvat in the Mirzapur district of Uttar Pradesh. Many of the sacred Sevaites of Ma Vindyavasini will tell you this katha, and which is associated with the emergence of a divine pillar of light. We know the story of the divine pillar of light as to how this Divya Jyotimay Swarup emerged in the form of Bhagwan Shiv when the competition emerged between Brahma and Vishnu as to who is more superior. Similar divine pillar of light also emerged on the Vindhya Parvat. Hence Ma Vindyavasini often is also known as Vishveshwari Swarup, because the story is also extremely similar to the Prakatya of Kashi Vishwanath, from whom all the 12 Jyotirlings emerged, because it is believed that from Ma Vindyavasini all the 51 Shakti Pithas emerged. When this divine pillar of light came on the Vindhya Parvat, all the animals and all the people living in that vicinity came to watch as to from where this Divya Jyoti is coming, and there they found this Divyamay Swayambhu Swarup of Ma Vindyavasini. That is why she is also known as Adi Peeth or Adi Shakti, from whom all the other Shaktis have emerged. Ma Vindyavasini's Peeth is the Mahashakti Peeth. All the other Peethas that we know where the Angs of Ma Bhagavati have fallen is known as a Shakti Peeth. For example, Kamakhya, where the Yoni of Ma Bhagavati fell, Ma Mahir Devi or the Sharda Peeth, where the necklace of Ma Bhagavati fell, Ma Vishalakshi, where the ear of Ma Sati fell. But the Vindhyachal Parvat, the Vindyavasini Devi is known as Mahashakti Peeth because all the other Shakti Peethas have emerged out of her, and she is residing on the Vindhya Parvat in Purna Swarup with all her Shaktis there. When people and animals they gathered around the Vindhya Parvat, the Jyoti was coming out from the light of this divine Swarup of Ma Vindyavasini, the Shila Swarup of Vindyavasini, and from that day onward she is worshipped on this sacred Parvat. When we refer to different Shastras such as Markandeya Puran and Devi Mahatma, we also find the mention that Ma Vindyavasini, the Swarup of Ma Durga, killed the demon Mahisasura, but also a demon named Ghorasura, which was unstoppable, who conquered all the Patala Lok, Swarga Lok, Indra Lok, and was undefeated with the boon of Bhagwan Mahavishnu. It was Ma Vindyavasini's Pradurbhav which killed this demon known as Ghorasura. Many countless demons have been killed by Ma Vindyavasini. In fact, Ma Kali, who also resides on the Vindhya Parvat, is said to have visited and resided on that mountain after killing the demon Raktabij and after Ma Bhagavati stepped over Bhagwan Shiv. As a matter of fact, the Pradurbhav of Ma Vindyavasini can be considered as Adi Pitha. We do not know from what generation, from how many thousands of years that Peeth of Ma Adi Shakti in Ma Vindyavasini has been residing, but the main Swarup is that she is the Adi Swarup of Mahalakshmi. All the other Devis have emerged out of Ma Adi Vindyavasini. That is the basic Prakatya story of Ma Vindyavasini. The sacred Vindhya Parvat on which Ma Vindyavasini resides along with three very important deities, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, Saraswati. Mahalakshmi, Ma Vindyavasini herself is Mahalakshmi Swarup, Narayani Swarup. Ma Kali, as I mentioned, after defeating the demon Rakta Beej, Ma Kali went and is still worshipped on that mountain as Kali Kop. And fourth is Ma Saraswati, it is in Ashtabhuji Swarup, who is also worshipped as Yoga Maya, the seventh child of Ma Devaki, who struck Kans and warned Kans that your days on Prithvi are numbered. After pushing him to the wall, Ma Bhagwati came and resided on this Vindhya Parvat. In the Shila Swarup of the Ashtabhuji temple, you can still find the hands of Rakshas Kans very much visible. So all the three temples which are located on the Vindhya Parvat are extremely Jagrit in nature. It is said in our Shastras and in many Upanishads that the sadhana of any sadhak is incomplete unless and until he goes and visits and pays reverence in the divine Kshetra of Vindhya Parvat. It is still the tapasthali of countless sadhus, siddhas, yogis, mahatmas, many ashrams of great siddhas and yogis you can still find on the Vindhya Parvat as you move forward towards the Ashtabhuji Dham. All the Dasha Mahavidyas, all the 10 Mahavidyas, Kamakhya, Kashi and Vindhyachal are perhaps some of the only Divya Kshetras in Bharatvarsh where we get the darshans of the entire Swarup of the Dasha Mahavidya Swarup of Mahadi Shakti. Just 8 days before to Krishna Janmashtami, the special Trikona Yatra starts where people take the darshans of all the three Swarups of Mahadi Shakti for 8 days and is considered extremely auspicious and boon showering. The Trikona Shakti Yantra, which is consecrated by Ma Bhagwati Jagad Janani herself, is also present on this Vindhya Parvat and the only Kshetra on this entire Bharatvarsh where we can get this Trikona Shakti Yantra. Such is the Mahima of this Vindhya Parvat, this sacred Vindhya Parvat, which itself prominently is the Swarup of Ma Vindhyavasini. When devotees take the mesmerizing darshan of Ma Vindhyavasini, they are left awestruck. And often she is also equated with Ma Varahi Devi if observed very closely, which is also a Narayani Swarup of Mahadi Shakti. But understand that she is Adi Shakti. All the other Bhagwati Swarup have emerged out of Ma Vindhyavasini. The entire Prakriti, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Prakriti Rupena Sansita, Namastasya, Namastasya, Namastasya Namo Namah. The entire nature, the entire surrounding has emerged out of Ma Vindhyavasini. Hence it is your bhav, how you want to look at her. However, the Shastras mention that she is a Narayani Swarup and on the Vindhya Parvat she resides as Mahalakshmi Swarup of Mahadi Shakti, who bestows her devotee with all the boons with all her 8 hands, who go and surrender to Mahadi Shakti. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are constantly doing the Charan Seva of Ma Vindhyavasini, and many Lok Geet, Kathas and Chalisas of Vindhyavasini which are sung in the temple to Devi also sing of this Mahima and praise. ब्रह्मा, मुरारी और शंकर हैं यहाँ पर, रहते हैं माँ के पाँव का जल गिरता है जहाँ पर. Where the jal of Mahadi Shakti falls, even Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are desperate to come and take the darshans of Mahadi Shakti. According to Shastras and Puranas, Devatas and Asuras who are blessed with Sahasra Bahu and Sahasra Mukh, 1000 hands and 1000 mouths, even they were incapable of describing the Mahima and Mahatma of Mahadi Shakti, Ma Vindhyavasini. This video by Kashi Archan Foundation is only an humble attempt to describe their Swarup. If we observe the Prakatya Swarup, the Swarup which we take darshan in the Vindhyavasini temple, that also changes over the period of all the 4 artis which are performed. The 4 artis are the Swarup of the 4 goals of life, Dharma, Arth, Kam and Moksha. In the morning Mangala Arati, Ma Bhagwati is worshipped as a younger Swarup of Ma Bhagwati. In the afternoon, she becomes a matured Swarup, and similarly the Swarup progresses as we go towards the Sandhya Arati and the Shayan Arati of Ma Bhagwati. The different divine Swarup of Ma Vindhyavasini, a devotee worship and relates to his own life journey, which inherently reaches towards a state of completion, and that is only in the lap, in the charan of Mahadi Shakti. It is a very common practice in this entire North India that if you do not know your Kul Devi, then people start to worship Ma Vindhyavasini as their Kul Devi. She is prominently worshipped across the western part of Gujarat, the Saurashtra region, where almost every second home will have Ma Vindhyavasini as their Kula Devi. Also in the northern parts of Jammu and Kashmir, in the southern parts of Telangana, Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh, and this entire stretch of North India, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, almost everybody you will see will have a photo of Ma Vindhyavasini. That is why even the Vindhyavasini stotram that you will read, Grihe Grihe Nivasani Bhajami Vindhyavasini, she is worshipped In all other homes, anybody who has not had the ras of bhakti of Ma Vindhyavasini is certainly missing an important aspect of life. She is worshipped on Sri Yantra, and she is also worshipped in the Nirakara Swarup, where Bhakta Duda, Stotra, Stuti and parts which are described by the Shastras and Puranas, in the Mahatma of Devi, in the singing praise and hymns of Devi, and in general the Stuti of Ma Adi Shakti, Ma Vindhyavasini. That devotee is very blessed who gets to hear the name of Ma Vindhyavasini. Just imagine the abha of that bhakta who performs sadhana and sannidhi of Ma Vindhyavasini, which is extremely simple, very illustrative, very profound, mentioned as per Tantra Shastra, as per Sattvic Marg. Anyone and everyone can do the sadhana of Ma Vindhyavasini, which has extremely great merits. She is Simbhavahini, sitting on a Simhasan, hence doing the sadhana of Ma Vindhyavasini blesses a devotee with immense amount of courage and strength, removes the malefic effects of Rahu, Ketu, Shani, Mangal, ensures the strengthening of Chandrama and Shukra also in the horoscope of an individual. To start with the Upasana of Ma Vindhyavasini, if you are a beginner, then you can keep the photo frame of Ma at your room. I'll attach a subtle photo frame which is safe for everyone to keep from the description box, where you can download. Keep that photo of Ma Vindhyavasini, which is not just very safe but also extremely boon showering and a big blessing to keep Devi's photo at your home. You can do the invocation or the avahan of Ma Vindhyavasini by simply using flowers or water and doing this simple dhyan mantra with which I started the video. Vindhyam, Vindhyanilayam, Vindhya Parvat Vasinim, Yoginim, Yoga Jananim, Chandikam Pranamamyam. This simple mantra of Ma Bhagavati you can use to do the invocation and avahan on the photo or a simple Trishul which you have kept at your home. Always invite Ma Bhagavati, pray to come in her Sannidhi before you start the mantra. Now there are 4 important mantras through which you can do the avahan, sadhana and upasana of Ma Bhagavati. You can do it in your Nitya practice, daily you can include the sadhana, or you can take a sankalp. The most important tithi for the worship of Ma Vindhyavasini is the Shukla Paksha Ashtami, which falls on the bright side of the moon, and you can continue till the Purnima. If you are taking a sankalp, then you can start on the Ashtami and continue till the Purnima of that month, which is the full moon of the bright side of the moon. Ashtami to Purnima, along this stretch you can perform the sadhana. Now if you are doing the Nitya practice, there are certain mantras, and same mantras can also be replicated if you are doing the sadhana. The first mantra is the Vindhyavasini Stotram, which is extremely prevalent, renowned and popular. Bhajami Vindhyavasini, the common line which runs through the entire Stotram, is not very long and you can include this in your day-to-day prayers. Second is Vindhyavasini Chalisa, extremely generous in the praise of Ma Vindhyavasini, mentions the Mahima and Maya of Ma Vindhyavasini across these stanzas. Very simple, almost Hindi-like language, and it is easy for everyone to learn. Third is the simple Nama mantra of Ma Vindhyavasini, which is Shri Vindhya Parvat Vasinyai Namaha. Shri Vindhya Parvat Vasinyai Namaha. When we chant this mantra, which can bring about a tremendous upsurge of spiritual positive energy in a devotee's life, it is also an invocation and including of all the devatas and devis who reside on the Vindhya Parvat, all the Dashamahavidyas, the Trikona Shakti, all the devis of Vindhya Parvat Vasini. A simple Nama mantra and tremendous effect it can have on any devotee. This is another mantra which you can do. And fourth is the mantra from the Argala Stotra, which is extremely dear to Devi, and whenever this is done in front of Ma Vindhyavasini, very quickly, removal of obstacles, blessings of good health is blessed upon that particular individual. The mantra is Dehi Saubhagyam Arogyam Dehi Me Paramam Sukham Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Disho Jahi. Beautiful mantra of the Argala Stotram, not just blesses you with removal of obstacles but also extremely good health and surrender of negativities which are sitting inside of you. These are the 4 main mantras, but how to do if you are doing in the Sankalpabaddha manner? First of all, the first is the Vindhyavasini Stotram. As I said, take the Sankalp on the Ashtami Tithi, on the Shukla Paksh Ashtami, and continue till the Purnima Tithi. Minimum of 8 months you should continue this sadhana, and you can also continue it for lifelong if you are equipped with the mantra and if you want to get the Sannidhi and grace of Ma Adi Shakti, Ma Vindhyavasini. Do the Vindhyavasini Stotram at least 11 times every single day till Purnima, from Ashtami to Purnima. Now if you are chanting the Vindhyavasini Chalisa, which is again extremely powerful, 9 times Vindhyavasini Chalisa should be chanted from Shukla Ashtami to Purnima. And third is the Nama mantra of Ma Devi. If you are doing the Nama mantra, try to do it 14 malas every day, 14 malas from Ashtami to Purnima. Especially this mantra is very much equipped to bless you with Sarva Karya Siddhi and Sarva Manokamna Purti. And fourth, the Argala Stotra mantra, every day do 8 times from Ashtami to Purnima. So either of the sankalps you can take up. I'll attach all the mantras in the PDF, and in your day-to-day offerings you can just offer sweets to Ma Bhagwati during the course of your flowers, Dhoop, Deep, Naivedya as we say. These are the common offerings which can be made, and once you complete your Upasana, you can either light up an Akhand Jyoti in your own temple, or if you have someone known to you in the Vindhyachal temple, you can request for some Pushparchana or flowers, coconut or vastra to be offered to Devi, or any Durga temple, any Devi temple, any Kali temple which is there nearby. You can just go there, sit, offer a hibiscus flower and do the Shama Yachana from Devi. As I said, continue not just for 1 month, at least 8 months you continue this practice to gain this mantra sadhana from Ashtami to Purnima. This Upasana of Ma Vindhyavasini is extremely simple and can be done by anyone, from a child to an aged person. Anyone and everyone can do this sadhana. There are Tantrokta Upasanas also of Ma Vindhyavasini for Kamana Siddhi which are done on Amavasya. Maybe I'll make a later videos on how to do those invocation. The Sankalp also for the Upasana can be taken in a simple manner, where you take a coconut, the slice of a coconut along with the sopadi, jal and uncooked rice. Through this you can take the sankalp by first taking your gotram followed by your name and whatever kamana you have from Bhagwati. My suggestion would be to just surrender to Devi. Just tell Devi that whatever is there in my own interest, whatever is there suitable for me, show me the right path. Through this sankalp you can start with the Upasana and Puja of Ma Vindhyavasini, which is very easy, simple and moon showering for every devotee. I'll attach each of the mantras as I mentioned in the PDF given below, and also I'll write down a chart through which you can understand the merits of the mantra and take a call for yourself as to which mantra you should do, along with the guide as to the other details, what book to be offered, how to do the Dhoop, Deep and Naivedya. Make a goal in your life to at least visit the Vindhyavasini temple once in your lifetime, no matter from where you are watching this video. And if you have visited the temple already, then do consider yourself as blessed, and whatever darshan you took, take that as an inspiration to move forward in the sadhana and upasana of Ma Vindhyavasini. Whenever any devotee who surrenders to her and prays to her in the positive way, Ma Bhagwati does not leave any stone unturned to go to the deep down and rest and ensure that everything is smoothened in your life and the devotee is blessed. She blesses you with all her 8 hands. That is the generous and Karunamai Swarup of Ma Vindhyavasini. Thank you so much for staying tuned till the end and listening to the Mahatmya, Mahima and Sadhana Vidhi of Ma Vindhyavasini. If you like our content towards Sanatan Dharma, you can also support us in the construction of the Bhairavam Gurukul, which is taking place in the Sannidhi of the world famous Kal Bhairav temple of Varanasi, where we'll have 108 kids studying free Vedic education. We'll have the Prana Pratishtha of Bhagwan Batuk Bhairav coming up on this Mahashivratri. We'll have a free kitchen where Annashreta or free food distribution will be done to devotees on a day-to-day basis, and also we'll have a Sadhana Kendra where devotees can come and learn Bhairav Sadhana, Devi Upasana, Bhiksha, Siksha and Diksha for free. Thank you so much for staying tuned till the end. Do subscribe to Kashi Archan Foundation for more of such interesting and informative videos on Sanatan Dharma. Write to us your queries on email and I'll see you in the next video. Bhajami Vindhyavasini.